J-My, because that's what your friends call you, ain't that right?
That's the one. Thank you guys for having me back. It's good to see you all.
Great to have you back on this show. Okay, so let's talk about this match on decision day. I don't want to put the pressure on you, but there's a bit of a streak going on for the New York Red Bulls and their playoff appearances. And the clinching scenarios get a little complicated, but basically, I mean, you guys need to win this game on Nashville. So what's been the focus for y'all this week? What are the conversations like? What does training look like? Where are your heads at?
Yeah, first of all, for sure, all of us are feeling that must win. I'm pretty sure there's other scenarios where we could still get in, but to us, it's win or go home. And yeah, I think, you know, the past few games we've been performing really well, and we know going into Nashville, first of all, it's a tough environment. Second of all, they have best back line in the league, I think. So yeah, those are two things you definitely don't want to be facing on the last day. But you know, we have full confidence, and you know, based on our form, we're super excited to get out there and running.
J-My, I was fortunate to be the Fans Player of the Year for the New England Revolution, and it's a pretty emotional thing because you know how much the supporters put into a season, and you were nominated to be the winner for the South Ward's Player of the Season. I know you're a New York guy through and through. What did that mean to you? There's a video of you being emotional, and just how important is this to be recognized by the supporters?
Yeah, you're big time, by the way.
No, not me.
No, it was really cool. You know, I had no idea that was coming. You know, I found out after the game, and you know, I think it just being the fan appreciation night, and you know, everything kind of just hit me at that time. You know, it's been a season of highs and lows, and you know, I was super grateful to be recognized from them. You know, they're there. They've been there since day one, and you know, they're there all the time, you know, through the bad, through the good, rain or shine. So yeah, for them to select me, you know, it was an honor, and yeah, to be the local guy, you know, I think there was some added emotions there as well.
J-My, how do you feel that you're growing on the pitch? Maybe when you started out an award like that, winning the fans over like that, maybe it wasn't even in your mind. It was so far removed, and you've had so much more of an impact every season after every season. Did you imagine you would be this far, this early in your career?
No, definitely not. You know, obviously you can think it and want to be there, you know, but you never really think it'll happen until it's there. Yeah, I think just for me personally, you know, the biggest thing has been, you know, kind of having, it's going to sound crazy, more of a personality on the field, and you know, more of a leadership role. And, you know, I think with that has come better performances as well. And, yeah, again, to be selected, super special. And, yeah, to kind of look back from 3 years, you know, it's pretty crazy. It's gone so quick. But, you know, amazing memories. And, yeah, I just want to keep on that trajectory.
J-My, I want to ask you, playoffs are coming up. You know, this is a moment to be clutch. You know, and when I think of clutch, I can think of a few players that I, you know, loved growing up, that I used to watch. I want to peel back the J-My layers. I want to peel back the slices of Taylor ham, if you will.
Oh, boy.
And I want to ask you. I want to ask you. I knew you would. I want to ask you, who did you grow up sort of wanting to play like? And do you think of them as you head into these playoffs and those clutch moments you might have seen them in?
Yeah, to be honest, there was nobody really who I wanted to play like. I mean, you could say Messi, Ronaldo, those are obvious ones. But I always wanted to play like how I played as a kid, you know, at the field when I was younger. Just so free and like expressing, you know, yourself and your game, you know, through soccer, football. So whenever I'm on the field, yeah, I try and, you know, think back to when I was younger and just, you know, out there having fun. You know, I'm still having fun today, and you know, when you can keep the fun in it and you know, keep it light but also serious, I think that brings out the best in me. And you know, Troy has definitely enabled me to do that, so I'm super thankful for that as well.
There's nothing more Jersey than to say you are your own inspiration. Who inspired me? Me, growing up. I want to play like me. I love that.
That sounds like a mentality Alexis would
100%
live by and endorse.
Yeah. Who do you think you are?
J-My, I want to ask you about your experience with the U23s. How did that go? And the possibility of, hey, playing in the Olympics. Chuck's so big on that experience that he had with the national team at the Olympics.
And we haven't been in there since he was in the team.
Yeah, it must be super exciting having this opportunity.
Yeah, there was first of all a ton of excitement around the camp. I saw you guys were just talking to Duncan. He's an absolute legend, by the way. I got to know him a little bit. But yeah, you know, I think all of us understand the opportunity. It's been a while since we've been there, and yeah, all of us know the circumstances, and you know, it's just on the horizon. And you know, I think everybody there, you know, kind of got a taste of, you know, that competitive environment. And yeah, all of us are hungry. You know, great group of guys, and I think it was 2 really good performances. You know, especially because we've never played with each other. So I think it's definitely, you know, a really good platform to build on. And yeah, you know, what's better than the Olympics and representing your country, you know, at one of the world's biggest events. So, you know, if that can't get you excited, then, you know, I don't really know what you're doing as an athlete.
Did you know, because I was shocked when I saw Duncan Maguire just like sort of casually pull out a backflip out of his arsenal as a goal, Selly. What was your reaction when you saw that from the big man?
Yeah, I was like, chill out, dude. Like, that's not necessary. You can do that in the league. Like, but that's his thing, I guess. You know, he's super hyped, and he has such a great mentality, and, you know, he's been tearing it up this year. And, you know, I'm super pumped for him and all his success. And, yeah, if he scored that, I don't know if you guys were watching, he had like a half-field shot that was like, it was this close to going in. If he scored that, I don't know, maybe like a double backflip or something like that to him. So,
Crazy.
yeah, he's a legend.
Him and Simone Biles on the same level. Wild stuff. One thing that you guys have in common, you're both nominees for the MLS Young Player of the Year. This is actually the 2nd year in a row that you've been nominated for this award. Do you still feel like a young guy, though? Because I feel like you kind of carry yourself like a seasoned vet, J-My.
Yeah, you know, I am still 21, but I do feel old. You know, I think Red will take some years off my career as well with how much we run. But no, I actually didn't even really know that I was nominated for that. It's very rare that defenders even get selected. So, you know, I'm assuming an attacker will probably win. But yeah, it's an honor, and yeah, I guess it's just a testament to the hard work that, you know, we've put in this year, all the young guys, and yeah, whoever's selected really deserves it at the end.
J-My, I look at this next match on Decision Day against Nashville. You're going up against Shaq Moore, the right-sided fullback for Nashville. If you're trying to make an impact and also kind of a statement, this is it for you playing up and down that left side and owning it. What do you have to look into in terms of making an influence in this match to make sure you guys get the win?
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting one. You know, obviously as a defender, you know, you want to lock up the back line, but second of all, you know, you also want to contribute to the attack. So if I can do both of that, you know, that would be a perfect night. And, you know, I love getting into the attack, and I think the best defense is attack. So as much as we can do that, and as much as I can do that, you know, I've been able to play with Shaq a little bit in that pre-World Cup camp. So, you know, it'll be fun squaring off against him, and there will definitely be some extra motivation for me there. And yeah, just given the circumstances of the game and the importance of it, you know, hopefully I can be flying both ways.
I'm the only one to have picked you guys to win. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, Chuck, you got to throw us under the bus.
Wow.
Savage.
J-My,
don't take that. Also, J-My, you're invited to watch. J-My, I'll invite you to come watch the NYCFC playoff game with me if you want.
Why are you sabotaging this
This is real
interview?
beef now.
Hey,
I love J-My, man.
J-My, we are huge fans of yours on this show, and we really appreciate you taking the time to join us. Again, you have an open invitation if you want to after that debacle.
Prove the haters wrong, which
the
may
haters
be
wrong.
some of us on the desk.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Best of luck this weekend, J-My.
Yeah, I'm digging the cup. Nice fade.
Ball out, J-My, just not too much, my guy. Ball out.